Welcome back. In the previous episode, what we saw was data types, HTML, XML, binary data, date and time, which was the node, and data preparation. In this one, we are going to see how to merge data, how to loop over the data, and how to do batch processing in terms of running batches and stuff. All right, so in order to do that, let's go to our trusty. This is what we did. And this was the workflow that we created, if you remember. If not, go back. We are going to create a new workflow. I'm going to say exercise chapter 3. Perfect. And what I need is, I'm going to copy bunch of stuff, put it over here so that we do not have to worry about creating this, and I'll just tell you what we are going to create. So let's go over here. Merging data, nothing but there are two pipelines. We are going to sync the data into one pipeline. That's called as merging. And what is the scenario where you want to use this? So n8n has given a block tutorial. If you see over here, I don't know how good you can see, but there are two CRM applications. One is Pipedrive, one is HubSpot, and let's assume that the data getting updated in both the CRMs is a little bit different, but you want to merge the data and synchronize it in both the CRMs, like whatever updates happen in HubSpot, that should go to Pipedrive and vice versa. This is the use case that they have given. You can go through it, and if I can just ask, can you summarize this? Can you summarize this for me? And you'll see it'll say the same thing. It is a classic data warehouse synchronization thing. However, I don't know why anybody would use two CRMs. Please put it in the comments. I don't know. However, there is one-way sync, like sync from Pipedrive to HubSpot only, or vice versa, and two-way sync is like everything should go to both the places. That's what they're talking about, and this blog post says how to do that. We are not going to do that because that's not a part of our certification. However, moving on, we're going to definitely look at these things on how to do that. So we are going to jump into this exercise, and this is what we are going to create. So I have already created that so that you don't have to, and we'll go over here. Okay, so we have a trigger node. What we are doing over here is, let me close this. I was like, why is it not coming down? Too much. All right. So build a workflow that merges data from customer data store and code node. How did we get the customer data store? Just type customer and you should get the customer data store. And then get all people. That's what we are doing over here. Return all. Get all people, return all. There are only 5. It really doesn't matter. You choose that or not. And in the customer data store, run the option get all people. In the code node, create an array of 2 objects with 3 properties, blah, blah, blah. So we created a code node. We are returning the data. Basically, we are marking up the data over here so that we can combine with something. In this case, so if you go back to the CRM example that they're giving you, this is basically Pipedrive, and this is CRM HubSpot. So we're just mimicking that kind of stuff, but we are not doing the entire sync over here. We're just going to see how the merge node works, and because we don't have Pipedrive or HubSpot as a part of this code. So we are returning an array of a JSON object with key and value pairs of 3 items basically, and this is another JSON object. So what are we doing? We have name, blah, 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 and then we have the merge node. First, let's run this. Let's see what happens. We are getting ID, this, name, email, bunch of stuff. And when we come over here, we execute this. We're just creating this output basically. We're just creating this. Now the common fields over here, if I go and if I just run this, so the common fields are name, and that's the only common field, right? Country code is different, US, but it says country over here and it says code over here. So the common field, we need one common, it's just a joiner. It's just a SQL join kind of stuff where we are going to combine the data. So in the merge node, let's go through each and everything. How do we get the merge node? Simple. We get the merge node over here. What does the merge node need? It needs 2 inputs, but it can take 3, 4 inputs, but it gets wackier. 2 is pretty decent. So I'm going to delete this. It needs 2 inputs. So input from this CRM, input from this CRM. So we get 2 inputs. What are the things? Modes, we have append, combine, SQL, and choose branch. So append is we get the first data set and we append the second data set to that. Combine is that we merge based on a common field, which is usually a number and ID, but in our case, we don't have a common ID, so we're going to use something else. SQL queries, we're going to write a SQL query. This is an advanced topic. If you know SQL, more power to you. I love SQL. There was a project which I did where I wrote around 3,000 lines of code for big data company, big data query. It was, oh my God, it was amazing. We joined a bunch of tables in there. So SQL is very, very powerful. I'm not bragging. I'm just telling you that SQL is very powerful and you can join multiple inputs in there. So I would prefer SQL most of the times, and you can specifically choose what branch to do. And once you do that, this is going to change based on what you do. Append is just combine. You'll need a field to match. As I said, it's a join. All right, let's delete this. What we're going to do over here, we are going to use the second one, which is combine. We will need an ID to match. What we are matching is this. So if I have to keep matches and both inputs merge together, let's say if I do this, everything goes away. Combine, it is asking for input field 1. We are going to this, keep matches and keep both the fields merged together, and that's how you get your output. And this is your first thing. So basically what we did, we got the first data, we got ID, name, email, notes. However, we got the country US code and name United States, because in this data set there was no United States over there. So we got that. So we got United States, and then we got the created, which is from here, and we also got the language English, which is from here. So basically it merged both the inputs. The code was common, so it did not repeat it, or it just got it once, and whatever was non-repeatable, or it was just once, or common overlap, it just got everything together. So perfect. Now that's our merge node. Next is, what do we have next? Next we have looping. To use loops. What are loops? Where loops, while loops, for loops, right? These are the basic structures of any programming language, and if you have to do some operations iteratively in a loop, that's where looping comes into picture. And why do we loop it? In the case of n8n is we have to perform n8n. It varies. It does different functions. I'll try to explain it the best I can. Let me use this over here. Let's just first understand the exercise. What are we going to do? We're going to build a workflow that merges data from a customer data store and a code node, which we already did. All right, this was done actually in the previous one. Okay, a code node that returns the URL of the RSS feeds medium. So if you click over here, this is the RSS feed. RSS is nothing but continuous feed, which websites give you, which you can scrape. And dev.to.feed n8n. So this is another feed. These are two feeds that which we need to get. All right. Now, what happens is we can use our RSS feed reader to get that data. So let me show you what I mean by that. Or actually, you know what? Let's connect this, you can get the RSS feed over here. It's RSS feed, it's the same thing. It just needs a URL, which we are going to give from the URL that we are going to get from this. We are just basically getting a URL from here. So we have a code node. We have hard coded 2. So let URLs, we are creating an array, 2 JSON objects. First JSON object has one URL, second JSON object has second URL. That's it, and we are returning the URLs. So 2 items will be returned. One is this and this. Pretty simple code node. What will happen if we run this? It runs once, and we got only 10 items. And if you see the link, it's only medium. We did not get anything from the second feed. Why? Because it runs once. We did not get any data from the other feed. How do we solve that? This is a problem because we are not getting everything. We are not getting data from all the URLs. We just got it from first URL. So in order to solve that problem, what we do is we use loop. So what happens in loop, if you have 10 items, the first item will come in, it will stop over there, and everything after that will use that one item as the input for the rest of the workflow. Then it will come back and it will loop on the second item. In our case, it will take the first URL, run the RSS feed, you can do whatever you want to do with it, and then it will come back and it will do the second loop over item. And then all the results will be aggregated in the loop. So it's looping, but it's looping just like a traditional loop, but it is also capturing the data, which is more powerful over here. It's simply returning everything at the end of the day like a function or a procedure, not a function, not a procedure. But it's similar to that. So let's run it now and let's see what the output is. If you remember, the first time the output was only 10 rows. However, now we got 10 and 12, and this we got the dev as well, and this we got the medium as well. This is the reason you might not be getting the entire data set sometimes in your n8n workflows. And that's how you use loop. So RSS feed is generating. If you see this, it have got one, which is the, if you go to the loop branch, it is from the medium. It is from dev.2, which is the n8n feed. And third is the done branch, which is like once everything is done looping, then you get all 22 items over here, which this should have n8n and the medium and the dev.2 and the medium. That way we got all the data set that we needed. I hope you like it. I'll see you in the next lecture. Yeah, we have not missed anything. We're good.